Did you ever hear the saying, success comes at a cost? Well, what if that cost was your soul? Because this year, the Indiana Pacers didn't just make it to the NBA Finals, they stormed their way there. And the internet thinks it wasn't hard work, talent, or coaching, but something far darker. It started as a joke, a meme, a TikTok conspiracy. But by the time they swept the Knicks, nobody was laughing anymore. Indiana wasn't just winning, they were dominating. Tyrese Halliburton was playing like he was possessed. Dropping 30 plus and 10 like it was a warm-up. Breaking down elite defenses with impossible passes, impossible shots, impossible poise. And every time he hit a buzzer beater, every time the Pacers emerged from the rubble of another upset, the whispers got louder. 118. He sold his soul to the devil. It sounds ridiculous until it doesn't. The first red flag? Injuries. Not just any injuries. In round 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo went down in Game 3 with a freak knee twist.
Can't even look at it. No.
No contact, just collapsed on the floor. Milwaukee never recovered. In round 2, Boston's Jason Tatum strained his quad during warm-ups. Fans were stunned. He hadn't missed a game all season. And against New York, Jalen Brunson fractured his foot in Game 2, out for the rest of the series. 3 series, 3 superstars, 3 sacrifices? It could all be coincidence, but then the internet detective stepped in. Slow motion footage began circulating. Every game-winning play, every big moment from Halliburton. He was seen touching the court with his left hand, palm flat, almost reverent, as if he was marking it. And it wasn't just once or twice. It was every time. Same hand, same motion. That's when the TikTok theories exploded. One user zoomed in on Halliburton's sneakers, custom design. Except there was a faint symbol embroidered on the tongue on the left shoe. Not a logo, not art. A sigil. Specifically, the sigil of Lucifer. At least according to the internet's armchair occultists. But that didn't stop the theory from spreading, especially after the video dropped. A grainy, leaked clip from what looked like the Pacers' locker room. The timestamp was 2:47 a.m., the night they closed out the Celtics. The camera was shaky, hidden. Tyrese Halliburton, alone, shirtless, standing in front of the mirror, muttering something over and over. For the finals, for greatness, I give what I have. Then he blows out a candle. The room goes black. NBA Twitter lost its mind. Was it AI generated? Deep fake? Performance art? Nobody knows. But the energy shifted. Even respected players began talking about it behind closed doors. A former teammate reportedly told a podcast host off the record, "I'm not saying he sold his soul, man. I'm saying that version of Tyrese didn't exist before this season. And now, he's unrecognizable." Game 1 of the finals didn't make things easier to explain. Indiana, a team that wasn't even expected to make the second round, walks into OKC and steals home court. Halliburton, 38 points, 12 assists, 7 steals, 0 turnovers. The Thunder looked stunned. SGA struggled. Holmgren fouled out early. But then came Game 2. OKC fights back hard.
Looks to drive, falls down, turns it over, Thunder recover. Jalen.
SGA drops 41. They're up 2 with 11 seconds left. Halliburton brings the ball up court. And then, blackout. Total arena darkness for 8 seconds. No lights, no scoreboard, just confusion and screams from the crowd. When the lights return, ball in Halliburton's hand, wide open, Splash, Pacers win. Commentators were speechless. The league blamed it on power fluctuations, but for conspiracy theorists, that was confirmation. Game 3 in Indiana kept the energy strange, just not supernatural. The crowd was electric, maybe even a little unhinged. Social media was buzzing with fan-made signs referencing the rumors. A few homemade posters even read, "Soul for the finals," and "Possessed by winning." The Pacers locked in. Halliburton ran the offense like a conductor. Benedict Mathurin came off the bench like a man on fire. The Thunder never stood a chance. The home crowd fed off the superstition. Whether they believed it or not didn't matter. Indiana had become the villain, and they loved it. Even some ESPN commentators cracked jokes on air, saying things like, "There's something spooky about this run. Maybe someone upstairs or downstairs is helping them out." It was lighthearted, but the undertone? People were starting to wonder. Back in the media room, Halliburton was asked directly about the rumors. "Tyrese," a reporter asked, "what do you make of all the talk online about selling your soul, curses, rituals?" He didn't smile, didn't laugh, just looked into the lens and said, "I got what I wanted. That's all that matters."
For me, it's just about winning. I think I just want to be able to prove that I can respond when my back's against the wall, when our team's back is against the wall.
Mic drop. No follow-up. And here's the question we have to ask. What's more terrifying? The idea that this is all fake? A grand internet myth crafted around a once-in-a-generation playoff run? Or the idea that there might be some truth to it? You don't have to believe in the devil to feel the chills. The timing, the injuries, the blackout, the eerie consistency of Halliburton's rituals. It's all too perfect. And if the Pacers complete the sweep, if Halliburton raises the trophy, what does that say about what it really takes to win? Because sometimes greatness doesn't come from talent or drive. Sometimes it comes from elsewhere. Would you trade your soul for a championship? Would you risk everything for legacy, for glory, for immortality? Tyrese Halliburton may have. And if he did, he might just be the greatest player to ever do it. Or the most cursed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more untold stories from the shadows of the game. The ones they don't teach you in history books. The ones that only appear in whispers. Because in the NBA, not every win comes from the light. Sometimes, it's born in the dark.